What's up? Dang. Is it really that loud? So, I've been carrying a quiet storm for a long time. And when I say that I've been carrying a quiet storm for a long time, meaning that in my life, I've gone through a lot of things that I have not spoken about. A lot of different things that I have not spoken about. There's a lot of things that I needed: security, love. What else? Security, love. I really needed somebody to listen. And it's like a lot of things when I was a child I didn't get. You know what I mean? It's just my dynamic and a lot of things that was going on. What I needed, I didn't get. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like shaming my parents, but I'm not. But I'm just saying it stems all the way back to the childhood. And it's like different things that I went through. I'm the type of person that I don't want you to know what I'm going through. I don't want you to see my weakness. I don't want you to see that right now I'm in time of need. I'm that type of person where I don't want other people knowing that. I dealt with a lot of people that really preyed on me, on my downfall. Really preyed, like for real. So, and I had a lot of people that I found out they weren't for me, so I did not trust people. So, and when I did open up to people and did try to express how I was feeling, it was used against me, and I always regretted it, and I was always betrayed. So, I couldn't openly talk to people like that about my emotions, about different things that I faced. I couldn't talk to people like that. And then I have my friends and everybody like, hey, like what, like now that I'm older, I'm able to like speak about how I felt or speak about why I said certain things or why I done certain things. And a lot of my friends are like disappointed and sad. You know, they're like, this makes me sad that you didn't feel like you can come to me. But when you went through what I went through, man, I didn't trust people like that. I didn't trust people like that. So now it's like I feel free and I'm able to speak my truth and I'm able to show up authentically myself. You already know how the saying, what goes on in this house stays in the house. So a lot of things that I went through and I experienced, I was taught to not say it. I was taught to hold it inside. And a lot of things that I went through, it caused me to be resentful. And I was always taught that at a very young age, I was the person that carried my family. And I was taught that, you know, I can't break because I have my family depending on me. And imagine carrying a heavy weight like that. Imagine carrying a heavy weight like that. Or even if it's like different times, like I want more. Like I want more out of my life. Like let's say I'm in a relationship and I'm not getting what I need out of that relationship. I was always taught just to deal with it. Just to deal with it. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys, your background's similar to mine, but you know, my family, they don't believe in divorce like that. You know, they don't believe in different things like that. They believe in staying in things and working it out. But it's like, I felt I was always, people around me that would give me advice, and I noticed that with my life, I was doing what people wanted me to do. I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do. Now, I am a grown woman about to be 34 this year. I'm starting to make decisions and do things what I want to do. I'm starting to live my life. I'm starting to speak my truth. I'm starting to tell my truth. Tell my truth. You know, all the way down when it comes to my dad. I told you guys I spoke about my dad and, you know, him being shot and different things like that. But I'm able to really open up and say, like, there were times where I come home and my dad wasn't breathing and the neighbors had to run over to try to help. There were certain times where there was multiple times where I didn't even go to school. My friends always ask me all the time, Mai, why do you miss so many days of school? I had one of my close friends. She said, look, you know that you were never at school. Like, I'm concerned. Why are you not at school? And I was just like, oh, you know, I'm sick. Or I'll say different things like that. But people didn't know that I was scared to come back home and finding my dad dead. You know, or I was scared. I had different times with my dad because he was paralyzed and I didn't know where he was at, and he was on the side of the house and I was looking for him for hours at a time, and I was like freaking out, like, where the hell is this man at? And he done fell because he is so prideful and used to, you know, having his legs and being mobile and a very masculine alpha man that didn't want for nothing and didn't ask nobody for nothing, was a type of man that was doing himself. So I go, he's laying on the side of the house, and I'm like, Dad, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? And me lifting him up, getting him back in the chair, like, you know, he told me, he was like, well, I wanted to do it on my own. I didn't want to ask anybody because I felt like, you know, I didn't want to be a burden. I feel like when I ask people for stuff, they have attitudes and stuff like that. I'm not used to that because I'm not used to having to depend on other people. I don't want to tear up. Like I said, you guys, I don't open up like this. I don't. And I don't know why all of a sudden I've been opening up to you guys. But maybe I'm telling you guys too much. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm at this point where it's my truth. I don't even care if people use it against me or bring it up because it is what it is. My life is, it is what it is, you know? So my friend did not know that I was going through all that different things because I was so quiet about my personal struggles and different things that I faced. Me processing things, even certain things. You guys, there's so many different things, but I can't tell y'all all my business now. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell y'all all my business now. But it's like I'm discovering a type of peace that I've always longed for, but I never thought that I can get it. And I got that type of peace. It's like I'm showing up as me. I'm showing up as me. I'm honest about how I feel. I'm able to live my truth. And before, when I was younger, I always had like my parents, my mom in my ear, and different people in my ear. You got to carry yourself this type of way. You got to be this type of way. Like, you don't want to do this because you don't want people to think of this. Like, you should care about your image. I'll be honest. I care about my image to an extent, right? I care about my image. I care about my image, meaning like me being a good person, me being a caring person, me reading my word every day, me living the life on earth because me living the life that God wants me to live on earth. Those are things I care about. Now, different decisions or how people view me, how people feel about me, how people judge me. Now, things like that, I don't give a damn about. And me growing up, the people around me, they care about how they show up. How they care how they're viewed. Me, I don't give a damn. As long as I'm being a good person and I'm living my life, that's all I care about. My truth is my truth. So I want to tell you, once you start living your truth, whatever that looks like, everybody's truth is different. So whatever your truth looks like, live it. Do not carry a storm so heavy, you guys. So heavy. When my dad got paralyzed and was sick, it was so many different things that happened that I never even experienced before. I don't want to share all of it because I have to be respectful. I have family members that, you know, are on my channel and stuff like that, so I don't want to share too much. But it's like me being able to communicate that and tell y'all some of the things that I experienced. Me being able to tell you guys that I was the one that found my dad deceased. Me being able to tell you guys that. Me being able to tell you guys that in my relationships that I have been in, I'm talking about romantic relationships, I have not been treated the way I want to be treated. You know, I have been like the nurturer, and I have been the type of woman that has to be there for the person that I'm with. You know what I mean? And me sometimes having to lower my standards. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not able to, what is wrong with me? I'm not able to speak my truth. You get what I'm saying? I'm not able to speak my truth. I'm not able to tell you guys how vocal I am. Like, and things I speak of, people were always silencing me all the time. That's telling me that's too honest. That's too bold. Like, you got to bring it down. You don't need to carry yourself like that. You don't need to say that. People don't need to know that. So what? So freaking what? I have always been a free-spirited person, and I live in my truth. I live in my truth, no matter what you think about it. I gotta live in my truth. I gotta live in my truth, no matter what you think about it. And there's a lot of things that I want to open up and tell y'all, but right now, I'm not ready to open up and tell you guys that. Tell you guys what I'm really dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold the juice a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hold the juice. But there are so many different things and so many different dynamics. And it's like where I'm at in my life, you know, where I'm at in my life, me being able to show up and be honest with you guys and share you guys like my dad's story, or me being able to share different things about like relationships, or not being in the right relationships, you know, being in like situationships. And I don't know if you guys know about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always talk about how I had I've been in love twice, but I was in a situation to where me and this person were like the best of friends. The best of friends. The best of friends, right? But there was like a little bit more going on. Like, not like, how do I say this? When I say a little bit more going on, I don't mean like, I'm not talking about intimacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like a deep spiritual connection. And I felt it, but I didn't really know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And then as I got older, that situation turned into something more that I wasn't ready for. And unfortunately, the situation turned into something, it ended. And it was my decision. It was my decision to end it. But it's like going through something like that and losing not only somebody that you love, but somebody that was like your, like the best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all ever been in a situation like that where you fell in love with a best friend. I don't know if you guys ever been into something like that, but I can sit here and say that my best friend was my first love. And why am I telling y'all this? My best friend was my first love, and this was a situation that I was in for like, I want to say, how long was I in this situation for? I don't know, man, like 10, 15 years. Like, and then me looking at the situation and be like, okay, like, you deserve more, and leaving something like that, and then finding something else. And then the other thing that I found, it was a beautiful love as well. But once again, like, it's like, I can't heal everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't save everybody. And I can't dim who I am to please somebody else. Like, the outspoken person that I am, I gotta be that person, man. If you're in a relationship or something and you feel like you gotta dim who you are to please that other person, get the hell out. Get out, because you're gonna be miserable. So me being able to sit here and speak my truth about my life and different struggles and different things that I've been through, I love it. And yeah, there's some people that's gonna have some problems with it. And there's probably going to be some people that have some problems with what I'm telling you right now. But it's my truth. It is what it is. You feel me? It is what it is. So I've carried so many storms, and I'm able to live and speak my truth. And even when it comes to like my GED, I told you guys, I didn't get my GED. And that was something that people wanted me to be ashamed of. And people were telling me, why do you keep telling people you didn't get your GED? Why do you keep telling people that? Because it's the fucking truth. What you mean? It's the truth. I don't care. Like I said, when it comes about something, what I went through can change somebody else's life. Why be shameful and hold different things that what I went through when somebody else is probably struggling with that, and me talking about it and me giving them advice will help them change their perspective and get through it. Nothing. I'm not ashamed of nothing in my life that has happened to me and that I have experienced. I have not. But I've carried and I stay silent because I have so many people telling me, look, like, you gotta stick to the societal norms or whatever, or society's expectations. Don't be telling your business like that. You know, make everything seem perfect. My life is not perfect. It's not. It's a testimony, and that's what I'm telling y'all. So, man, I've been freestyling these videos. Usually, I have like a little what is it? I can't even think. Like a paper that I be having, and I used to like write down different thoughts, different things I wanted to talk to, pinpoint different things. But I noticed that I've noticed when I like me keeping my videos structured like that. I mean, I still do that, but I've noticed that me just being able to get on here and talk freely to you guys, I love that. And even if it may not even come off right, but me being able to get on here, show up me every single day is freaking amazing. And I love you so much for watching, and I love you so much for understanding, and I love you for not judging me, and I love you for loving me, being me, and I love you for showing up and watching my videos and hearing what I gotta say. So I spoke a little bit of my truth, but just know that there's more coming. You know what I'm saying? There's more coming.